Well, when somebody passes away, they used to like to put on like a kerosene lamp, and they light that for for the 10 days, because I never really asked them why they were doing that. I just never asked that. Now I'm going to have to ask now when I get home. I'm just so used to seeing them do that. But not everybody does that, though. Just certain ones still do. Mostly older time people. It's like I guess it must represent like their flame of their life or whatever, and to keep a light for their journey. I think that's what it is. So I can't really say too much more about that, because if I did, I'd be just making it up. Any other one? Oh, wait, excuse me. Maybe I did think. But I didn't even talk about the 10 days feast. But that 10-day feast, that's when, you remember how there was two sides? And that side did all the cooking and every service, everything? Well, on the 10th day, that's when that side, who are in grief, they're the ones has to cook now. They're the ones that's got to do everything to say, that's their way to acknowledge the cousins over there. See? So then at that time, as soon as they finish their talk, at that 10-day, they say now, or they tell us now, we're done now. So when they say that they're done, this side will acknowledge them, all the work that their women and their men did, and their speakers, and they'll say, now we release you from your obligation, what you did for our debt. You're done now, and we say thank you to you for all the work you did. And that's when they officially make a release. Now they don't have to do anymore, see, it's free. And then this group over here on the 10th day, that 10th day is when they do the giveaway, what they call it, like I guess you call giveaway. And that means that you're supposed to, on the 10th day, if you have a will, and most people should have a will. So because if you have a will, then nobody can argue too much about it after that. It's well clear stated. So kids and children or whoever the heirs are don't have to argue about it. It saves a lot of heartache. So if you love your children and your grandchildren, please don't ever leave this world without doing that. If you got something, see, because they'll fight over it, and it destroys families. Don't destroy your family. So on that 10th day, that's where they read the will in the feast. They'll tell what they want it done. And then also they give away all the things that that person had, like their clothes, except for their immediate clothes. Whatever they had when they died, like I said earlier, they burned that up. But the other clothes that they have that they didn't wear when they were dying, they washed those, ironed them and fold them up real nice. And then they give those away, stuff that he had, they give it away to whoever helped. Usually whatever they did over there, pallbearers or grave diggers or speakers, they give them gifts from his estate or his, and so when they receive this, the word that they said, this is he is acknowledging you by giving you this personal, like it's from the dead himself, acknowledging your work, and that's your payment. So now there's no debt, see, until all of his belongings, private belongings, are gone. And that's not to say that the children or the immediate family can't have some of those, as long as it goes through that ceremony and it's reassigned. no longer does it belong to that dead man, but now it belongs maybe to his grandson or his nephew or somebody, and now, so now he don't have to worry about it anymore. It's been given away. And so that 10th day is to give away everything like that. So there's nothing left, no land, no house, no nothing for that person to worry about as he journeys to say, uh-oh, I got a house, I'm worried about it, so I'm going to go back. You know, so that way, you know, that's what they call haunted after that, if they come back and bother you. Then you got to do a feast all over again and stuff like that. So it's better when there's a funeral or something like that, or a 10-day feast, try to do everything in the proper way so that you don't have to redo it some other place and somebody don't have to get sick. And usually a lot of times sickness will come, and that's how you know something wasn't done right. Then that's when the seers are going to see it. And that's on the 10th day. That's when the fire goes out on that day. They close it now, because now you're supposed to go on. But on the 10th day, that was a new message that was told. Because prior to the 10 days, we used to, all Iroquois used to, mourn for one whole year. But what happened to them is that families got too big. And so when there was too many in the family, somebody died, and they began to mourn 1 year. And because their family is so big that they didn't finish mourning the year, and another one died, and they'll cry again another year. And then another year, another one died, and so they never finished their mourning because their families are dying. So the Creator sent another message, and he said, my intention wasn't for you humans to be crying all your life. So that's why he made an amendment. And he made a new ruling. I suppose I could say from the Supreme Court. And he says now, you will mourn for 9 days. And on the 10th day is when you're going to raise up the mind again of the living. So that's what they call that, 10 days. Just simply means to raise the mind back up again. That's what it means. That's what they call the 10-day. But some people said, when the chiefs received that kind of a message, that they can mourn for 9 days, some of the leaders and people said, but I love my folks so much, that 9 days wasn't enough. I feel so strong. So what they then said in the amendment is that you can go ahead and mourn the whole year semi-mourning, like not a full mourning. And so you can all year mourn semi. And I'm not sure just exactly what that means, but for me, what it means to me is I'm not going to go to social dance for 1 year. I'm not going to go listen to music for 1 year. I'm not going to dress up fancy and for 1 year. That's what it means. It's like really mourning for 9 days. And real traditional people, when they mourn and grieve for 9 days, the real one, they don't listen to no radios. They don't listen to no television. Everything is shut off for 9 days. Only thing on their mind is the passion of their loved one. And that's called real mourning. Because if you do that one, you're almost guaranteed that you're not going to have trouble after with your dead, because you've done the proper thing. It's when you continue to just watch TV and dance or stuff, now you're violating the respect. That's when you're going to have to pay by getting sick or having to redo your feast again. See, So that's why my elders and our faith keepers always told us, don't play with that. If something happened like that, you do it the best, you do it first class right away.